Morning. How are we all doing on this, well, what is the last day of 2022? So I do wish you a happy new year, the lot of you. Thanks for subscribing and staying with us throughout the year. And don't get too drunk. That's when accidents happen. But anyway, here we are. And this is the final part of the Airfix 124 Spitfire Mark 9. I've done it in Johnny Johnson colours. And there he is. There he is. It's been an absolute amazing kit to build. I'm a bit speechless on how Airfix can improve it. I know that there's a couple of other models out there that might think otherwise. I mean, I suppose in one essence, the fitting of the cowlings, I've tried to fit them, but they just, with the engine in there, it just doesn't quite happen. It's a little bit, how can we put it, out of sync. Not by much, you know, you could tweak things around, but then you're tweaking them around, and basically what you're doing is you're upsetting the front of the aircraft then, so things start, you hear like little clicks, and you don't know what them clicks are. You don't know whether this is braking, that's braking. So yeah, but absolute. I mean, it looks like a Spitfire Mark 9, and I must admit, yeah, the decals went down flawlessly. They laid flat. Just speechless. I don't know, it's just a unbelievable thing. I mean, I was kind of last on the bandwagon to get it. I've done nothing but just put it together to, the best I can, which really was really easy. I had no difficulties with any of it. Other than the engine cowlings, but I think that that might be a bit crossbowed with everybody. I don't know. So, kits are all different, and there's no one kit the same. They might be all produced in the same mould, but they don't all come out the same. So yeah. Oh yeah, that's nice. Cup of tea at this time. Well, coffee anyway. So what more can I say? Painting it, I used Tamiya's XF, I think it's 83 for the underside, that's the light grey, 82 was the ocean grey, and then Mr Colour 519 for the green, and then I mottled the green a bit to kind of give it that kind of UV faded effect, because obviously it wasn't a high altitude bird, but he was out in it a lot of the time. And the wear and tear of the bloke sliding over the wings, especially around that sort of area to do the guns and stuff. Loading of the bullets. So it's just using your imagination, but have a general look around it. So I did put some wiring in the engine. We'll have a closer look at that in a minute of what you can see of it. But like I say, rather than trundle it with tons of wiring, just put in what you can see really. Use the Haynes manual for a bit of it. This was good enough for the reference for Johnny Johnson's bird, but only in so much that it was verbal, more readable more than pictures, because it only had one picture. But yeah, really chuffed with it. It's what to do with it now. I haven't got a shelf big enough to put it on, but I'm sure it'll retire somewhere rather. So yeah. Oh, another thing as well is you get the doors now. I did originally. Let's see if we can zoom in here. I did originally have the door with a bit of double-sided M3 tape, so that you could just pull this off and put the closed door on. But you know what? It wasn't worth it. It just wasn't worth it. It was best left the way it is, just stuck on. So you got your little glass breaker, the handle there. Now the handle, when you get these like they're rubber coated, so that'd be like a rubber thing coated over the top, and there's the same for there's something in there as well, which I think it might have been the hydraulic handle for lowering the undercarriage manually, and you get the red handle just in there. Well, for getting a good effect on there, I used Mr. Colour number 3, so that was the bit of red. And then what I did after that was I used Tamiya Clear Red just to put over the top, and it gives you that kind of better looking plastic look rather than just a daub of paint. So that's what I used there. This was Mr. Colour 8 Silver, which just shows up nice for that little tool. I presume in the day they were just bare metal ones, but obviously in modern day Spitfires now you get them red, yellow, whatever colour they want to put. Sometimes it's the interior green colour. You can see a bit of the cockpit there. The cockpit's the hardest thing to actually get to have a look at, but it's there all right. And it's all in there. That's the other thing. It's literally all in there. The only thing I haven't put in is the seat belts, but then I was waiting for the HGW ones, which apparently yesterday were announced they've just released them. So it won't be too hard just to feed it through and into the back. In order to get the back piece where it goes straight. I'll leave that for now, but when it comes nearer the time I'll figure it out. But that's what I'm going to go and get, is the seat belts for that. We've got so here's just about to see the instrument panel. For the mirror, you can see, I don't know if you can see, it's actually mirrored. I used a piece of cut tin. So I cut tin out for that, and just stuck it on, and then we come around the other side, and yeah, a little bit of wear and tear there around where the blokes used to slide him in and out. So if I zoom back out again and then turn the light out of the way, we'll have a look at this engine. Yeah. I'll move it a bit over there. So as you can see, so there's the engine. Now the wires I added are these here, on there, round there, and they join up down here on the old what do you call it? I don't think I'm going to get this thing down that low. I'll tell you what, I'll just handball it for a minute, so I'll leave that there. So we'll get the light right in there. So you can see that that there is where I presume this is a thermostat, housing or a temperature gauge. There's a wire coming out of there. You've got the wires coming out the back of the starter. And then, like I say, you've just got... This is the last plastic piece of wire from the kit itself. This is the last pieces you put in. There's that bit there, there's a bit in the very, very bottom as well. Now, what I have done is this bottom piece here to the engine, I've also kept loose. It's a tight fit anyway, but I've kept it loose, just so as I can take it off and show the underside, which I shall do. I'll try and move this around. So then we get to the other side, and again on the other side, and there's another little wire that comes out of here. Got another one that comes off the bottom there and goes across, and there's a couple of braided hoses that come off the oil tank down the bottom, go in there. Like I say, you've got the hydraulic reservoir. I don't know what that is, that's the water anyway. And then with the spinner cone, I can take the prop off. Try doing this with one hand, hang on. So if I put you all back on the stand again. And what it is I've made it so the prop can come off, and oh, a bit too far in, but when I lean over there you can see that it's actually got the splines on the shaft for the propeller to go on. It's a little bit wobbly. But you know, you can sort of suss that out. Not that I sit there turning the propeller. Now, with the actual spinner, I've made it so this comes off. Probably best to use the right instrument for it. Because underneath here is an awful lot of detail, and when you consider that you know, this is all going to get covered up, I thought to myself, well, no, let's make the cone so you've got two little pegs and they just stick in two of the holes around here, which are widened just slightly to make it a stiff fit. And yeah, there you go. So I didn't do anything with the back of the plate, because that's always facing the engine, but the front, yeah. So that's the propeller hub. And like I say, it sits on there. And that's him sat on the engine. Now, the other thing as well is obviously the underside. So I'm going to hold it for this, but the underside is another thing. I'm going to be bloody seasick by the end of this. Right. So I've folded it like that. So that's the underside. Again, what I did here was I used, this is Tamiya panel wash. So it's this one, right? And as you can see, black, yeah, black. Oil's not quite black, but when it goes on here, it goes like a funny sort of, it doesn't stay black. It gives the impression of a brown colour. Now, Spitfires, from what I've seen, did leak oil all down underneath MH434 was one of the more recent ones that I've seen photos of, and boy, she's absolutely filthy black right the way down to about here sort of thing, so it stretches right the way down there. Now I wasn't going to do that because this Spitfire probably would have been pretty clean, but if you can think that the thing's come back from a bit of a salty, and yeah, you know, it's been burning stuff and what have you, and it's a little bit messy, so it's best to put something there rather than nothing. Like I say, all the transfers laid down nice. So yeah, we'll try for, like I say, this comes off, so I won't bother taking it off now, but well, yes I will. Yeah. I have to take it off screen because it's a little bit of a, like you just click out one side, click up the other side, and then just lift her off like that, and there's the bottom of the engine. So it's like I think this is not so much of a drip tray, but a heat reflector, so for the heat from the engine, keep it away from the cool air rushing in. I don't know what that piece is, but it's in his Spitfire. It's in on the Tamiya Spitfire as well. I think it does tell you there, but I have got another Tamiya kit to do, and yeah, it's in there. So yeah, and then there's the oil tank there. Because this bloody thing's so big, it's kind of a bit difficult to move it around, but yeah. So there we are. So that's me Spitfire Mark 9, and I'm over the moon with it. It was a nice Father's Day present, and yeah, I'm pretty chuffed with it. So now that one's done, it hasn't taken me too long to do, but it's what do we do next? Do you know what? I'd actually love to build another one, but I've got to wait until such times as I become so I get some pocket money. But yeah, no, it's a great kit for anybody out there who's thinking of buying it and doing it. Just get it and do it. Work slowly through it with it. If you do need any help, you know, I'm only a message away. I'm on Facebook, I'm on Instagram, so yeah, you can either just send me a text message or an email, and yeah, I'll be glad to, you know, advise you on it. And by the way, I did ask a couple of people about the engine, but because I haven't got all my reference here, I wish I had my Spitfire war book, because it showed you loads of maintenance going on with the aircraft. But all the engines I've seen so far, I did look it up on Google, they seem to be black. So if you're thinking of highlighting that Rolls-Royce sign and you're doing an actual warbird, don't bother. It's up to you if you want a personal preference and do it. That's up to you. But if you want it to replicate a proper warbird, then, you know, yeah, don't bother highlighting it up, because they never gave the game away as to who made the engines or anything. It's the same with the Germans when they were using their engines. You don't see Daimler or Mercedes-Benz plastered all over them. These plates really were like an afterthought for later on when the war finished, I think. But yeah, no, it's definitely don't use them. When it comes to scuffing around the cockpit area, I don't know whether we can see this any good, but there we go. Yeah, there's little scuffs and you know, you can see like metal showing through where they tread and they get in there and they use their equipment and stuff. Now I did that was I used all clads, not all clad. Where is it? Oh, here it is here. So I used this, right? And basically what I did was I dipped a brush in there, dried it out on a tissue, and basically rubbed it on there lightly, and then got a cotton bud and just went over the top. And that'll give you your like a kind of a faded look to it. So you would sort of, you know, where you can see this is a bit shiny here. So that I did with the brush, but where it fades away slightly and rubs off, and you can see it on this side. You know, like round here, round up the join area. That's when I had the brush. It was virtually dry, and I was just scrubbing it on there. And as I was scrubbing it on there, you vaguely started to see the aluminium come off, and that's what you want. You want a really, really dry brush with that stuff. But the thing is, this stuff does it does flake, and when you airbrush it, it's nice. It's great. It's bloody tight. I mean, look, there's the effects of when you dull it down on the back side of there, which I haven't bothered making any good of because I'm not interested in that part. Oh, and there's a piece there where it's been like scratched, and I put like aluminium. I don't know whether it's just not reflective very well. It is in this light, but what I'm seeing, never mind. Anyway, that's aluminium. So yeah, but how far are we going? Here we go. So yeah, so overall, it's a fantastic kit. Definitely saying that Airfix, you've superseded yourself. Well done, and thank you to Chris at Airfix, who basically designed and, you know, took the effort into this. Obviously it was his kit really. You know, if you can do something like this, Chris, what else can you do? Show us, because, you know, this is unbelievable. I think to top this, I suppose, yeah, really to top this, how about a nice new P51D Mustang? That'd probably please a lot of people, especially the American market. You know, although the Americans did do their best to get over here and fly our Spitfires, they had more Mustangs. So yeah, that'd be a fan dabby dozy one. So yeah, but yeah, there we go. So what an end to a year to end on that Johnny Johnson's Spitfire Mark 9C. Glorious, absolutely. Right, so without further ado, I'm not going to keep you any longer than I have. So I'd just like to thank all of my subscribers for the past year. It might even, is it a year and a bit? I can't remember how long I've been going. Let's have a look. We've been going a while. What is it, been a year? 2 years. No, it's 2 years. There you go. This is my first video with the Hellcat, which I've still yet to finish. Sounding familiar? Anyway, so yeah, so over the past 2 years my channel has grown. I'm at 900 and something subscribers now, so I've got to thank you all and wish you all a happy new year. Not a Merry New Year, it's a Merry Christmas. We've done that bit. So yeah, I wish you all a happy and prosperous new year. Try and get some more kits like this out in the new year. And just have a safe one. Have a safe and healthy new start to the year, and hopefully the year will progress to be a glorious one for you all, and a happy one, because that's the main thing. Stay happy. Right, well, the next kit could quite possibly be a 48 kit. I don't know, but what I'll do is I'll wait until the new year, and then I'll announce then what will be up next. But I've so enjoyed this that I'm thinking to myself, bloody hell, what have I got that can match this? I don't know. I really don't know. That's why I'd like to build another one. I think, yeah, I'll do another one. Slightly same, you know, RAF. And then, you know, it's unbelievable. Unbelievable. What a kit. What a kit. Soak it up, ladies and gents. Soak it up. Right, well, without further ado, I'm going to wish you all a happy new year. And I don't know how many times I've said that, but I'm definitely going now. So I'm going to drink my tea. It's going cold there. And yeah, stay safe, everyone. And we'll see you in the new year. Bye for now. Bye.